What's up, y'all? This is Becky D with Becky D Beauty, and this class is all about how to apply false lashes. I'm going to take you through all the steps from beginning to end. We're going to be using some simple tweezers. We're going to be using some shears to trim the lashes down. This is the adhesive that I use. This is the Duo Active, but you can use your favorite lash adhesive. And of course, a fresh pair of fabulous lashes. Now, the steps that I'm going to show you today are really going to help to eliminate any of the problems that you have with the lashes lifting or sliding. So as long as you follow these steps, you're going to have an easy application process. So as I'm pointing out, as long as they're facing forward, it's going to go on the correct eye. You're going to use some shears like this to trim the lashes once I show you how to measure them. Now, we want them to fall about right here. You don't want them to go all the way into the inner corner. You want them to fall just right before that. If it goes all the way into the inner corner or the outer corner like that, that's what causes lifting. It's going to kind of poke you in the eye. That's what we're measuring for. We want to make sure that it doesn't extend to those deep into the corners like that. We want it to fall just before the inner corner and outer corner. Now, when I take it off, I always take off the adhesive that they use to stick the lashes to the packaging, and you just roll it off like that. It just makes it easier to apply once you put on your favorite glue. So next, you want to make the band flexible. You just want to kind of bend it like that. The flexibility is what's going to help it to make that perfect arch, which is going to help you, as you'll see coming up, it's going to help you for more accuracy as to where you put it on. So right now, we're going to measure the lash. The arch is going to go right at the apex of your eyelid. And what you're checking for, like I said, is you want to make sure that it's not extending too far into the outer corner or too far into the inner corner where it's poking the inner corner of the eye, because that will cause lifting. Okay, so you see how far it goes? And most lashes are created longer than you need for this purpose so that you can customize the size of it. Now, I'm going to start with the outer corner, and I'm simply going to trim off the little bit that I need. And I'm just pointing out right here is about where you want to cut, on the outer corner and about right here on the inner corner, not too much. Probably about 2 clusters of hair over, if you can tell, right? Just snip that off, turn it around and snip the inner corner off as well. It's kind of hard to do this on camera, but I hope you guys can see. So now it's smaller and it's ready to go on my eye. It's not going to go too far in or too far out. This will help prevent lifting in the corners. So now we have it all measured for your eye. We're going to apply the lash adhesive. The lash adhesive that I use is a clear drying one. They have different formulas that dry dark if you wear dark eyeliner all the time, but I prefer this one. You're going to apply it in a thin layer just on the band. Try not to get it on the hair of the lashes. Just keep it on the band. Now, this part is crucial. The application, you do not want to apply your lashes right away. I know a lot of people have problems with them sliding once you put the glue on because you're trying to put it on like as soon as you put the glue on. What you want to do is you want to let it dry for a little while. You want to let it set. You want it to get sticky. So you're going to hold off for about 1 to 3 minutes, and you're going to let that adhesive start to dry a little bit and to start to get sticky. Now, your sign for it that it's ready is you're going to start seeing areas that are starting to turn clear. Once you have more area of clear than white, it's ready to apply. I'm going to grab it with my tweezers right here at the apex of the arch, and my aim is going to be at the same area of my eye, right there at the apex of my eyelid. So as you can see, I let it dry, and you'll see how it stays right away. There's no sliding. And I'm going to put it into position on the outer corner first. Now this is also why it's very important to have a magnified mirror, because you want to be able to see as clearly and as closely as possible. That's what's going to help you get it just perfect. And I just use the back of my tweezers to kind of push it into place, because this next part is very important as well. You want to blend the lash into your lash line with the tweezers. That way it looks like one. And you want to take your time with this. Again, magnified mirror helps a lot to help you be able to see and to be more confident in your using of the tweezers. If you feel like maybe you're not steady enough, make sure there are different tools out there available that help you to blend your eyelashes that have maybe like a soft rubber lining, you know, something that it's very difficult to poke your eye with. So just be careful. You know what you can handle. So if you need special tools to do this part, by all means use those tools. You want to be safe. So I just use the back of my I just use the back of my tweezers to kind of fluff them out and make sure that they're nice and fabulous. So we're going to do the next eye, and I'm going to take you through the steps one more time. We're going to remove that lash from the tray. We're going to take off that adhesive. Again, it just makes for a more cleaner application when you're, applying your own lash glue. You're going to want to make sure that you give it a good bend, that it's flexible. Again, that just helps it make that nice shape to follow your natural eye line. You're going to measure. You're just going to grab your mirror and do like we did previously to measure to make sure that it doesn't go too far in the corner or in the outer corner. Okay, so we got it measured. Then we trim the ends. First the outer corner, then the inner corner. Make sure that you get a nice clear view of that. So we have it trimmed. Then we're going to apply our lash adhesive. And remember, we don't put this on right away. We give it 1 to 3 minutes to start drying and setting and getting sticky before we apply it. And make sure you get it on the band only. Don't get it on the hairs of the lashes. There we go. So that's what it looks like freshly applied. Remember, 1 to 3 minutes. That's how long you want to wait. Okay, you want to wait for it to start turning mostly clear. You're going to grab your tweezers and put it right at the apex of that lash. Make sure there's no glue residue so that way the tweezers don't stick. There we go. So we're going to grab it right there at the top of the arch. And you are going to aim for the center at the apex right there of your eye line. So it goes center, and then you apply the outer corner, and then the inner corner. You see where it falls right there? It doesn't go all the way into the corner. It goes right before. And I'm using the back of my tweezers to start blending. Remember, be careful with this step. And I will in the future be putting out some reviews of different tools that we can use to blend our lashes. things that are safe, things that are easy to use. I know that's very, very important. Right, that's the whole point of this, is to make it easy for ourselves and not more difficult. So that's all. Once you get into place, the blending is very important. You can blend it together by squeezing together your lash line with the false lashes. You can press down on the top, and then ultimately I fan it out using the back of my tweezers just to make sure that they don't look pressed down, that they look more fanned out and fabulous the way that they're supposed to. And as you can see, we've gone right through it. I haven't had any problems, any issues with it lifting up, with it sliding. It was sticking the very first time that I apply it. So I promise you guys, as long as you follow those steps, the lashes will work with you fabulously. So I'm going to take you through the rest of my look. I always do my lashes before I do any under eye color. It's a lot easier to work with that way, to make sure that I don't have any kind of fallout or smudges or anything from the under eye products. And for this time, I'm just using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the color Perversion. And I'm going to just take a clean angled brush and use it to kind of smudge it out to give that kind of smoky eye effect. And you just want to kind of blend it out, give it a real soft edge instead of a hard edge that eyeliner can sometimes give you if you don't blend it properly. And again, this is a clean angled brush, nothing on it, no powder, no eyeshadow. It's just purely blending it out to give it that nice soft edge. So we've done one side. Just make sure to keep checking that it's the way that you want it. I usually like to have it a little bit lighter in the inner corner and have it get darker as it goes to the outer corner. And do the same thing. As you can see, I pull my waterline down and I start to where I'm getting the eyeliner just on my waterline and not below, because the brush is what I use to bring it to below the lash line to give it that nice soft edge. And so it looks a little bit uncomfortable having to pull your eyelid down, but I promise you it helps so much. And then you just continue until it's to your liking. We're just blending it out, giving it a smoky eye look. And then after that, we are going to move on to some simple mascara on the lower lash line. This can be difficult for some people, but my tactic for this is just to barely lightly touch the lower lashes with that lash wand, because that product is pretty thick. So you want to, it doesn't take much. You want to just give it a nice light touch on those lower lashes just to kind of help define them so they don't get lost in those beautiful smoky eyes. So yeah, you see I'm just barely softly touching the lower lashes. It's kind of hard to see with the lighting here, but when you do it this way, it helps to prevent mascara getting maybe where you don't want it, any kind of smudges or anything like that. And it's actually taken a while for me to get this down and not have, you know, an accident with the mascara. But yeah, as long as you barely touch the mascara wand to your lower lashes, you'll be good. Next, I move on to my cheek color. I use purely matte colors. I don't use any kind of cheek color with shimmer, just because I like the way that it looks. I like that flat finish. I just use my fluffy brush and apply some product. And then I just apply it right here, kind of where your cheek naturally sinks in, and then kind of bring it up to the side of your face. You're kind of sculpting and giving yourself cheekbones and adding a little pop of color as well. And we're going to go ahead and take it to the other side. that. We've got that. Make sure your hair is out of the way. Normally I would have my hair pulled back all the way, but for entertainment purposes I left it down. So we're just taking that cheek color, the same placement where your cheek would naturally sink in, and bring it up. And then we're going to finish by giving a nice smile and adding a little bit of color to the apples of those cheeks. Now, just to make sure that it's a nice soft glow and it doesn't look too harsh, I take a blank fluffy brush and just kind of go over it and blend that out. And just make sure that that color is looking nice and soft and not too harsh or too crazy. And to make sure that it has nice soft edges and it doesn't just look like a line of color. Because that's what you want to avoid with blushes or cheek color. You don't want to have like a definite line. It should just look like a nice diffused pop of color on your cheek. And so going over it with a clean fluffy brush will help to ensure that. And last but not least, we are going to apply some lip gloss. This one's a really pretty color that I like. And because it's lip gloss, you want to make sure that you apply a little bit of product at a time. You want to look out for any kind of streaking or anything like that, just to make sure you have a nice even color application. So you want to take some of the product off of the wand and make sure that you don't have too much going on as you're applying it. This is something, especially with the lip color like this, that's like a lip gloss, or it's kind of a shimmery or anything like that. You want to make sure that you build up the color. So start with a thin layer to start with, and then you can keep adding color as you see. So I'm just checking to make sure that it's an even distribution of color, that there's no streaking. And just take your time with it. You can also use a really small lip brush to take the product off of the wand if you want a more precise application. Just to make sure it helps. The small lip brushes help to get the sides in the corners of your mouth to make sure that you don't get any product like outside the lip line. And then you just make sure you have a nice even color application. I really do love this color. It's really nice. It's a nice shade of pink, and it has a nice shine to it. And here you go. This is the final look with the lashes included. I hope you guys found this class helpful. If you have any questions that you want answered by BeckyDBeauty, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section, and I will see you guys next class. We'll see you later.